There are a lot of reasons why shoulders can get stiff and immobile and just lock up the upper body. If you're feeling some stiffness up there, what's usually missing in most people that I assess and work with is the ability to internally rotate at their shoulder. When this happens, we usually have a restriction in our rib cage right here, which means that we have compression pulling our shoulders forward and inward. What that's causing is an inability to expand this area, which brings our shoulders back into more of a neutral state. You're going to have a scapula, shoulder blade, which is going to be pulled inward and upward, which brings the humerus back. Now, if you look to the side here, because that humerus head is already back, if you bring that shoulder upwards and then try and go into that internal rotation action, you're going to run into a problem because that humeral head is stuck due to the compression here and its starting orientation. So what we want to do is expand here, which will allow the scapula to then go from that orientation back to a more neutral one. And then when you bring that humerus up, that arm up, you'll be able to drop down because there's not a restriction due to the inability to expand our rib cage and then allow for that scapula to actually move and glide freely. So let's take an initial measurement of my internal rotation and a before and after to show you guys that this stuff actually makes a difference. So I'm gonna have my arm directly out from my shoulder, my head's gonna be back, and then I really wanna keep this back shoulder pinned to the ground. If I come forward, I can cheat and get all the way down easily. So we wanna keep it back, and then we just wanna let it drop. So I get stuck right about there because I have a degree of compression right in here, which is limiting my shoulder from moving within the capsule. For this first exercise, all you really need is a wall in the corner of one. So you're going to take a thumbs down grip on that wall. And since I'm reaching with my left hand, I'm going to have my left foot back, which will help me open up and turn into that side. When you do this, it should be a nice stretch along your lat and the side of your upper body right here. And you want to feel that stretch. It shouldn't be so intense that you're straining, but it should feel like a nice, decent stretch. Kind of sit on that back heel and then breathe in this position. I like to put my other hand right here to feel expansion going into my rib cage here. So sit here, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. For this next exercise, get in a side plank position with your hips at a 90-degree angle and also your knees at a 90-degree angle. So it looks like this. Then you want to press away from the floor with your forearm. That's going to create a rainbow-like shape within your side. Tuck your hips underneath. Notice how I have that height within my belly right here. That's going to compress here so I can expand here via air. Reach up and then breathe. Do that for 5 breaths, and now let's retest and see if I got any better. I would say that's definitely a lot better.